Will Smith is an iconic legend for those of us who grew up on his music. From his trash singles with DJ Jazzy Jeff like Summertime, I ain't gonna lie, it was the truth, to him appearing on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, we knew that Will Smith was a special person, and who could forget his resemblance of Muhammad Ali in the Ali film, and of course Men in Black, and so many other projects that this guy has done. He's a great person. He's a great example for the African American community in many ways. Unfortunately, stop the show, Dino. Will Smith's particular dating choice in Jada Pinkett, hell no, to the no, has really come back to haunt him. Now, he was married to a beautiful young lady. I believe her name was Cherie for a period of time, and I think the worst mistake he ever did was to divorce her and get with Jada Pinkett. Yeah, to the no. And he's paid a very tremendous price for it, despite trying to love a person who obviously doesn't love you as much. Will Smith has seen his life go down into a personal abyss. Now, let me stop the show again. A lot of people believe that money equals happiness. And for me, that is what I thought. As soon as I started getting a little bit of money, I thought that it would make me very happy. And I don't have as near as much money as Will Smith, but I'll tell you that money doesn't make you happy. Being respected by your peers makes you happy. And the thing that Will Smith has is a lot of disrespect from a person that he respects a lot. And so now that Jada Pinkett has come out and said that sad music, for the past 7 years, me and Will Smith actually have been separated. I don't even live there anymore. Which is why I let August out singing Booty Lamazans. And again, I mean, like I said, that's all well and good. But now Will Smith, who has a huge following on Instagram, is getting a lot of people talking on his behalf. Like, everybody in the world is pleading for Will Smith to just leave Jada Pinkett alone. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't like you. But again, you can only help those who want to be helped. Like the old folks say, you can take or lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So what has Will Smith done, since so many of you are going over there leaving comments? He has disabled the comments of certain pretty much posts, including Jada Pinkett. Now let's look at a sample according to Media Takeout. Original 243 says, Unc, she's out there talking ish again. Lunatic Livings goes, haha, dead. Vivian Smart, Bombshell Beauty, I wish she wouldn't share so much info. It's cast, all of this, right? And then the thing is this. So she's basically talking about the separate life, basically, which contrasts to the lie she talked about with the healed marriage and, you know, all of this dusty red table talk. I don't know if this is something that's to get her back in the limelight, because Jada Pinkett is not even talented enough to talk about things on her own, because none of us care about what she has to say if it doesn't involve Will Smith. But now Will Smith is starting to feel the brunt of it. I don't know if he runs his Instagram pages. He probably does not. He's probably too talented and too busy to do that. But the reality is this, people. The reality is this. The reality is, no matter how much money you have, no matter how powerful you think or others think, the people that you let in your life, if those people don't respect you, it doesn't matter if everybody else thinks you're a god. Like, for so many other people who look at Will Smith, and we've been just pretty much inspired by his life's work, you would probably see that there's so many women, when they would come across Will Smith, they might even start crying. I remember I was with Wode Maya in the mall, and I was just, going downstairs. He went upstairs. There was an African-American lady who was in Sparkles, and she saw him and instantly started crying. That's the effect that Wode Maya had on that lady that day. However, it doesn't matter if you are a man and your own wife doesn't have any respect for you. You might as well be a bum, an average person, somebody who's not to be respected. And I've learned the hard way just being here doing this business in Africa. You can be as nice can be, but if you're nice and people don't respect you, you're going to be a floor to be walked on. And I'm telling you, people will then take you for granted, and they're going to go to somebody else who's going to force them to actually live by the right standard. And this is what we need to do and understand as men. Unfortunately, we have to have those boundaries with people so that they don't walk over you. And the fact of the matter is that Will Smith wanted to keep his marriage. He wanted to at least keep the illusion of the marriage. And he never came out that they've been separated. He didn't want anybody to know that because he still believed in his wife. And there are a lot of times that many men out there have tried to keep their marriages together, keep their marriages sane. And who goes out there and talks about their situation? The women. For example, look at Tia Mowry. Tia Mowry is the one that goes out there and talks about all of her love life and all this information. Let me just say this. We don't really care that you have this information. You keep talking about it. You know, the guy, Corey Hardrick, he was so humble and he really tried to make sure that, you know what, this is my wife. I love my wife. I want to make sure that, you know, my wife and the kids are going to stick together. But that's not what she wanted. What she wanted was clout. A lot of ladies care more about clout than they care about their own husband. And then once you can't get the clout anymore based off your own personal talent because you probably don't have that much, then you go out there and you abuse this guy, and you always talk about your relationships and your past relationships and how everything is going for you. The same thing with Ebony K. Williams. Everything is about her relationships or how she's getting old or her buying a house. Stop the show, which is the reason why she didn't get invited back to Atlanta Housewives. Instead of really trying to focus on loving the person who actually cares about you, because it's not really anybody's job to love you or care about you, which is what Will Smith wanted to do. So even if he had a disagreement with his wife, he'd rather not come out and talk about it. The same thing with Corey Hardrick. He didn't want to come out and talk about it. He wanted to keep that between them two. But no. They wanted to go out there and make it public. And so when you go out there and make it public, you don't only make it hard for the guy, you make it hard for anybody involved. And that is the case here. They're making it hard for anybody involved. And that is the situation that we're dealing with here today, gentlemen. And what I want to say is sometimes, you know, you got to understand when you're not wanted, when somebody doesn't want to be with you, when they don't want to be in a relationship with you or even be your friend, you might as well just get the hell up out of there. And let me just tell you this, you will get more for doing less. I want to just make this statement or comparison, shall I? Storytime music! You go to the bank every week to deposit your check. And when you deposit your check, some of you may have some certain things like Roth IRA, SEP IRA, any kind of mutual funds or stocks. You understand the more that you work and the more that you put into those things, the more that they will grow. You go to the gym and you work out more, you're more consistent and you eat right, you will see some really good results in your body. However, women tend to be a little bit different, guys. Women are not like banks. What you put in is not what you get out. And sometimes less is more. In fact, a lot of times less is more. Just think about you as the person that's developing yourself and the guy that's begging this chick for a date every day, all the time. And that guy never has a shot, but you who has some respect for himself. Women get intrigued like, well, why is he not chasing me? Why is he not thinking of me in that vein? Because you care about what you're doing. And that's all that's important for you to keep going. And if you keep going in that direction, you're going to continue to be blessed in that direction. But when you're out there trying to save something that can't be saved, and I'm not telling people how to live their life. There are guys who got kids, there are guys who got money. Will Smith might want to stay with her because, you know, like I said, there's money involved. There are other things involved. There's kids involved. It looks good to stay married and not stay divorced. But certain things, man, have to come to an end. All things come to an end. And if it needs to come to an end so that you as a man can sit there and be, you know, like I said, appreciated in your later years or whatever years you are, do it. Stop trying to save people. Stop trying to help people who don't want to be helped. Stop trying to baby people. You're going to only end up being so disappointed. Stop doing that. As men, stop doing that. Let them do it. Get them out of your life, because if it was the other way around, they'll get you out of their life. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. We're out.